Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to the channel.
Everybody's got to love someone sometime. 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 Far, far, far from me every day. Shine me a light to a different way. I wanna move when I wanna move, yeah. I wanna groove when I wanna groove, yeah. I think that I'm gonna break it. I'm break it down. One life forever. You put it in your pocket, take it, save it for a rainy day. One life forever. You put it in your pocket and you know that it will grow a tree. One life forever. You're never gonna see it, but you're never gonna really say, these people are
Yo, what's up?
people only getting in the way. Everybody's got to love someone sometime. 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 What is it that's making me thirsty? What is it that's taking it from me? What is it that's leaving the light on, locking the door? One life forever. You put it in your pocket, take it, save it for a rainy day. One life forever. You put it in your pocket and you know that it will grow a tree. One life forever. You're never gonna see it, but you're never gonna really say,
Alright, I fixed it. Yo, what's up? Mikey, Armin, Alex, Donut Hustle, JR, yo, Diamondback, Gorilla, what's up, my dude? Apocalypto, hey. Hey, I should have an intro with that first song, The Cycle. Maybe, man, yeah, at some point I'm gonna jump back into that and throw some more songs for sure. Bring some more songs in the game, man. God the Heavenly Father, what's up, my dude? What up, guys? Good morning. Good morning. All right, let's look at the cycle, man. All right, we're currently tracking identical, okay? We are, seems like we are a little bit closer to the August version of this setup here. So this is June, a little bit higher of a spike. If we don't come back up today, guys, we might see a little bit of sideways trading. I was expecting a heavier push, to be honest with you. I was expecting maybe the $23 level. If that doesn't happen, at least we still had that, that push to the upside. And then for the days to come, we might complete that $23 level. I think that is a range of resistance on the macro. So right here, okay, coming up here to this area, you're coming close to this zone, okay? And not only is this previous resistance, it's also previous support, okay? So this range right here, 22.23, once we cross that and actually confirm support, that's where we start coming up into this larger cup and handle form, okay? So even if we don't get there today, which just by the look of it, guys, the run did happen early on, so the rest of the day seems to be more of like sideways trading or a little bit of downside, okay? And that's not to say that we're done here with the run. It's just I'm being realistic here is how the cycle is tracking. You can see, man, we had that push up, and then the ratio is just the height is not the same as a lot of these larger ones like June and August. They're a little bit bigger on the height. So again, I'm still bullish, man. It doesn't matter in the end. I think that if we get a little bit of downside, probably tomorrow might be that day where we start coming up a little bit before resting up. So we'll see what happens, man, for the rest of the day, but that's what it's looking like right now. So far, we are tracking identical, and yeah, man, I'm fucking bullish no matter what. We didn't get any downside. This is confirmation that we are currently following all of these patterns identical. And, you know, at least we didn't get this, you know. We didn't get the inverse, which would have been complete downside early on in the day. Yo, what's up, dude? You need candle licks? Is that what you need? User, what's up, my dude? Robin Hood Gamer. Yo. But yeah, man, I like to keep it real with you guys. And that's what we're looking like, okay? That's what we're looking like. We're gonna keep updated. We're gonna see the charts. We're gonna rally with Amy and go from there, okay? And we're also gonna look at the SPY today, okay? Because it's very important that we track the SPY. Oh, wow. Look at that. On the 1 minute, we're just constantly getting these little EMA crosses here. 30 minute. Ooh, on the 30 minute, we are like very close to picking a side here. Here in about 8 minutes, it's going to possibly pick a side now that we're coming in very close. So we'll keep an eye out for this. But if we start to get a push up, man, that might take the SPY. That might start giving the SPY a little push to the upside here on the 1 hour. It depends, man. I think by 2 o'clock, if we kept rallying up, creating this V here in the short term, that might kick off the SPY, man, to rally later today. We haven't gotten any news about Russia, and like I said, guys, I don't think that's going to happen. Again, I thought it was propaganda, and they're just trying to spice up things in the economy. Drama, media, all that bullshit. We already know how it runs here. So, again, I don't think we're going to get anything on that with news. So, is that going to be an Ivy crush? You know, get all these puts and calls out of the money? Or are we going to rally or crash, right? I wouldn't really see either or, to be honest with you. Because without a catalyst, well, what do you do, right? So, we'll stay updated, man, on that as well. Let's do Amy Intraday real quick and see what we're looking like. Buck Lulu, yes, I am. For sure. John Peters, thanks for putting all the different, yeah, man, for sure. I've got all the blue charts laid out together for you so you guys can see clearly what's happening. I think it's very important that we track the movements, right? Yes, there is a Fed meeting later today. I believe at 2 p.m. Eastern, if I'm not mistaken. So that's 1 p.m. Central. Freeze, what's up, man? Francisco B, what up, dude? JE343, thank you, sir. Thank you for being here. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Support the stream. Let's do this, man. Let's look at intraday here. Kind of intraday, not really. We're going to look at the macro for a second, but this is what we're looking like, okay? So we do have that formation, and let's see how we're tracking on that cup and handle that I've got here, okay? Again, I posted this last Thursday, and this is what it's looking like right now, okay? So we are tracking it like almost identical, which is kind of cool. That 23 guys price target that I posted on Twitter is, so if it did happen today, it would happen very, very quickly, and it would shift over on what is this pattern here on the cup and handle. So if it doesn't happen today, tomorrow might be a day in which we do roll that over, and might be a possibility for it to come down. Remember, these are moving averages, okay? So this is not the high and low here for patterns, guys. So it's very likely that something like this, you know, would come back to 23 and then come back down quickly, and the moving average would close at around the $22 level here for this pattern. So if it doesn't happen today, man, I think tomorrow would be likely, but I am not, again, these are scenarios, guys, not financial advice. It's just something that I'm considering, right, using those option expiration dates, the cycle, and regression trends, okay, when I'm doing this. So we'll keep an eye out for this, but so far we are tracking it identical, this little guy here, okay? We're right here, I believe. Yeah, we're right here. So we might get a little bit of sideways trading, and that's okay. Fed minutes. Yeah, Fed minutes. So Fed minutes typically do have an impact on the market, and it's a quick one. It's a quick impact. A lot of the times it will happen towards, so the SPY, the way it behaves typically on option expiration dates, is very, very volatile towards the end of the day. So around 2 to 3, it starts to, like, and this has been a consistent trend ever since we started coming down. It's very volatile towards the end, okay? Because there's typically a range that these institutions are trying to reach. Right, if you have a lot of calls in the money or out of the money and you're against them, you want to try to push the price down or up, correct? So it's typically more volatile towards the end. I don't know what I'm expecting for today, guys, because again, a lot of people were expecting, right, us to go to war with Russia, and that is not happening. We don't have any news on that. So again, it's just a way to scare the market, and I bet you a lot of people bought puts. And I mean, with anything these days, guys, it's really easy for these companies to be making all this money if they're able to right, to fear the market, right, and then end up rally towards the end of the day, right, because that nothing happened, no catalyst came out. Something we have to look to, man, for sure, because you gotta take news very, very lightly these days. All right, let's see. Sideways, and then maybe some upside here. Yeah, maybe something like this. That would be pretty ideal, honestly. If we continue the day just kind of sideways, and this would go hand in hand with the this cup and handle scenario that we got going on and we're tracking. Yeah, so about says midday. So since this is after hours, guys, we might get a push either towards the end of the day or early tomorrow, because this is at 3 o'clock, and you know how it goes, okay? With after hours at price action, institutions will typically cover that before or after, okay, intraday. So we'll see how that plays out, man, but It might just happen tomorrow, honestly, and that is going to either be a potential move to the upside or downside. But I mean, personally, I think we're gonna go up, and again start to create this cup and handle. So that looks pretty nice, right? You know, you got your little cup, a mini cup and handle on the short term, and then a larger cup and handle, right? So we got this guy right here, and then we also have on the actual scenario here, we have a larger cup, so it would be this one. Okay, they're a little different, but there's technically two cup and handles on this scenario, and I think one of them would be right here, because it would take us down on Friday, and then next week we would start to come up, okay, a little faster. Let's see what the oh, we got a bearish cross here on the SPY. I take these not as serious as like the 1 hour or two, just because the 30-minute can change very quickly. But it hasn't really decided yet. Now we're getting a push to the upside, so we'll see what happens here. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that. SPY right there coming up. What is it going to do? Amy, let's go here on the 1 minute. Big red candle right here. So now Amy is wanting to come back up. Yeah, hey, official El Turco. Hey, I'm gonna post that right now, bro. Thanks for reminding me, man. Appreciate you. If you guys are in here and you want to post that on the stream, you're more than welcome to as well. Anybody can technically moderate on the stream. I don't have any labels for anything, so feel free to do that. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. All right, there it is, posted. Thank you, brother. Cameron, how you doing, dude? Another beautiful day to be an ape. Yes. Another beautiful day to be an ape. All right, let's see. Let's pull up the cycle. And on this one. All right, so this is the cycle right now. Let's grab this entire thing, bring it down here from the start. 14. Bring it down here at 3. So this is currently what's happening here with the blue pattern. 11. Okay. You guys see that price action? This is the blue pattern, guys. I talked about in the past how accurate the blue pattern is. It's the most important pattern in the whole cycle because it tends to follow it almost to a T Why? Because this is where the institutions take the opportunity to release all these shares or dump all these shares. Because the middle of the month is not as it's not as volatile as people think. It's the middle of the month is typically when people kind of step back and not throw in their money on stocks. Typically, you get that happening towards the end of the month or earlier in the month. So here they have, and also this aligns with the whole option expiration thing. When you have something planned ahead, you want to make sure that you release the shares accordingly, okay? And once you have a cycle that is tracking a certain way, you can't really fuck with that, man. You got to keep doing it until you push things over to a new cycle. And right now, they are doing that in the middle of the month here on this blue pattern. So you can tell the price action is the same, okay? Again, this has me really psyched because now we can actually understand what's happening here and how things are playing out differently than the previous cycles, okay? I was a little bit scared, I'm not gonna lie, around this range because I thought that we were just not tracking the cycle, and I thought that we were going to basically we were morphing into a new cycle, okay? And this threw me off because this pattern right here was kind of hiding in front of us, and I didn't realize that. So now that we do realize that, we are tracking the whole cycle right now identical, which is good. But yeah, we're gonna keep tracking it, man, and see what happens here for the rest of the day. I do see a little bit of downside just because, again, it's the cycle, guys. It's tracking, okay? So just keep an eye out for that. It's not the biggest deal. Tomorrow seems to be a more promising day for some upside, if not end of day today, okay? I like to keep it real with you guys. Yeah. Not that there can't be more upside, Ukisili. It's just the likelihood, man, of something like that happening according to the cycle is it would have happened right now, like on this specific spike up. Okay, so if we bring back the blue pattern here, all of these have a pretty hefty upside except August and December. Okay, all of these have a very tiny move to the downside or upside, right? So this one seemed to kind of take part more in that. This is not something that we can predict to a T, guys. It's just the direction. The direction is typically what is a 50-50 chance, and that's why I believe that the cycle indicator is very useful, because not many indicators give you that opportunity, right, to basically pick a direction in whether the stock goes up or down. And this one does a really good job doing that. So the fact that we went up today is a good thing, okay? And even though we didn't get to that, $23-ish level, doesn't really matter, man, to me. Again, I'm tracking this cup. Tomorrow might be a bullish day, so we can't get upset over that, guys. You just have to be careful with your risk tolerance and stuff, and just go from there, man. But conviction does not change at all. The direction is correct, and that's all that matters. Freeze, thank you, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, my dude. Mouth one, what's a good price to add more? So again, man, I don't like to give any advice on that. That's something that that I hope you guys can decide on your own. Just because, again, it's not my place to do so, man. For me, I'll give you my conviction on what I believe can happen in the short term and the possibilities. I give you a bearish, bullish, and a neutral scenario, and then you do your best, man, to round up that your bias on that, because man, I'm wrong too, bro, and we all make mistakes, and that's the whole thing, is we're trying to avoid that, right? We don't want people overhyping something, believing something that is not realistic or logical, as history implies. So I try and hold myself back from doing that. Okay, so I give a more realistic, I think, more realistic price targets and stuff like that, rather than, you know, telling you we're gonna squeeze to 1,000 or whatever in one day. But that's the whole thing, man. I'm just like, I'm trying to avoid doing that. Okay, so I think just me personally, man. Yesterday I was talking about how I want things to play out like this first. And all I'm gonna say, man, is like, if things play out this way for me on this handle, then for me, if like, apart from shares, I also look at options, man. Options are a really, really good way to make money, but they're very risky. But for options, I would say that I would be waiting for a handle on this sort of phase here. If it is completed and things do play out this way, I would be waiting on the handle and then make my own decision on that. But for shares, man, I mean, that's, again, I think the best way to do it is add little by little, wherever you believe is a good place to add, right? Because at any point, man, if the algorithm wants, it can switch the, you know, we could come up here to 23 or whatever on this previous support and resistance and turn the tables, man, and start coming back down. I'm going to pull up something real quick, guys, just so you can be aware of this. But here, I'll pull it up so you guys can see. And this is why I don't like to give, again, predictions or anything like that on what you guys should do with your money, because I don't fucking know what's gonna happen, man. Like, if things are gonna play out that way, I know the likelihood of something, but things could always fail. Okay, this is the regression trend that we're currently in. Okay, and we're playing out a weird pattern as far as how things play out right now. Okay, instead of everything playing out basically inverse on the frequency that it has been. So yellow, green, red, blue, yellow, green, red, blue. These played out inverse to what's happening back here. This actually played out identical, okay, on a different regression trend, a smaller one that is still following these lines symmetrical, so parallel to each other on a smaller scale. Now, this has me a little bit confused because, like, one would typically think, okay, well, these are following a pattern, but here the algorithm sort of switched that pattern, and now it's following the identical version of what's happening back here, which is the inverse of what's happening back here. So if that was the case, right, and this doesn't mean anything, it doesn't confirm that things are going to play out this way, but if that was the case, then something like this would happen, okay? Because again, we're following this, which is the same thing right here, right? This inverse is this. And now we're coming on this range, meaning that if we did come to this $24 level up here, that would be a resistance on this regression trend, which would eventually take us down if we bounce back down. Now, I don't think this is realistic because I just don't see that from these institutions, especially from the perspective of you know, a higher, larger whale with more money actually being able to lend out these shares and control the price action by lending them out, which is, again, manipulation, lending them out to these shorts and these longs. And they're just kind of chilling, making money along the way until these shorts bleed dry and then they end up going long and making all this money. So until that happens, right, we're not going to see major upside, but I think that it's starting, in my opinion, and that this specific section here will actually turn to the upside. However, if things do play out this way, we also have to watch out for this level. This is the $30 level. This is why the current scenario, the cup and handle scenario that I have laid out, is us having a little bit of a breather here, right? So you would have your cup and then your handle, because here, right, you come up here, you test resistance, and then you come down very quickly. Okay, so once you come down and you don't want to come down anymore, that'll be confirmation that once we hit this next resistance and break through, it's like game over at that point, because you are now breaking out of this macro resistance line, and this one is going to be powerful. That's why I have my my scenarios for this date set early April, because it's likely that we do get that, man. It's likely that we get a quick little breather here, and then we go up. So that's what I'm looking at right now, man. That's what I'm looking at right now. Devin, thank you, man. Thank you for coming in on live, baby. Native Gamer, do straddling would work out, or do you think they'll get smoked? What do you mean by that? Are you talking about the shorts, or are you talking about the like the actual institutions? Like, because remember, there's two different ways to look at it. Well, there's actually three, but one would be like the composite theory, right? That there's that higher institution that is controlling the price action by lending out shares, which would be like BlackRock, Vanguard, these money-making institutions. And then there's the theory that they don't have anything to do with this, and that, you know, the smaller shorts that got over-leveraged, Citadel, Melvin Capital, all these smaller hedge funds are controlling the price action. That would be theory 2. And then theory 3 is that we're all lunatics and we are conspiracy theorists that don't know anything, and we're just hyping up a stock. Those are the three that I only know about. I personally believe in the composite one, where there's a higher institution that's lending out shares and is being able to control the price action doing so. But yeah, let me get back to me on that, man, and I'll answer your question. Weaver, option about 5 minutes today. What's happening to the cycle and AMC when the market is crashing? So, I mean, I think it's all orchestrated, bro. Everything is already planned ahead of time. And AMC, again, does reflect on that. We're currently following the cycle identical, as you can see right here. This entire thing is playing out. We even had the little push to the upside and then a little bit of a come down right here. Do you see that? Come down. So I think we are going to trade sideways for the rest of the week. For the rest of the day. Now, we do have this push to the upside tomorrow at 3 was the what happened back here, okay, when they shorted it. So when they shorted, they have to cover. Typically, you will see the inverse happen 2 months prior. So, but right now we are heavily following the June pattern. So in my opinion, if we did get some sort of upside, it would be either towards the end of the day today, maybe into after hours, or early tomorrow, like it has set up right here. And maybe that would take us up a little bit more, right, to getting close to that $22 level. If, again, for me, the whole $23 thing, guys, was supposed to happen like on this push. That's when I would have said, okay, like we're gonna go to 23, and then they would take us down and trade us sideways, okay? But that wasn't the case. We went close to 21, and then they took us down. So I think it's possible, again, that we do either start coming up after hours or tomorrow, okay? Yeah, it's actually very possible, guys, that they do take us down, and then tomorrow we start going up. This setup happened once with Lucid. Before Lucid came up, it had a very similar setup like this, and it just fucking rallied, bro. And I'm gonna pull it up right now because I want to show you guys. You see this? So this lasted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on the 5th day it went up. So let's do this. Let's just out of curiosity here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's 4 days actually. I'm gonna do 4 days here. I'm gonna copy this. You see this pattern here though? It's almost like an inverse head and shoulders. Not really though. It's more of a It's a goofy looking, like, it would be a head and shoulders if this was up. So yeah, it's a goofy looking inverse head and shoulders is what it is, honestly. I'm gonna copy this and show you guys what I'm talking about. It's 4 days. So now here we got, just so I can do this right, I'm gonna do it somewhere else just so we can get the dates right. February 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that was 4, so we have to shrink this because we gotta do it right. Okay, so 1, 2, oh shit, okay, I'm getting confused. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then until 3, there it is. There we go. Okay, so this is what it looked like, but this looks like a larger version of that, if that makes sense. So I wouldn't be surprised if something like this happened, maybe on a smaller scale, if they took us down and then maybe like early on took us up. Now this would mean that we would come up on Friday, but again, this is not me saying at all, guys, that this is going to happen, okay? But it is, again, it is a little cup and handle that is possible. Now, this is a larger range, so I personally wouldn't think it would go up that high. If it did, okay, that's fucking cool, but, like, yeah, because wouldn't, see right here, that would have been awesome if it happened back here, inverse. But, I mean, even, like, these movements, man, look very, very similar. So we'll take a look at that, man, but for me, man, the price target would be somewhere around that $23 level. Before taking us down, right? Stocks are not going to behave like each other. Okay, like we can't look at Lucid and look at that ratio because that's obviously higher. AMC is a different stock, and also it has a different setup than Lucid did back then. Okay. Oh yeah, man. Let's do the price. I'm sorry if it's not on here. Wait, are we going up or not? Right now. I think we're about to come back up, guys. Let's look at the fibs. It's possible that we do start to get a little bit of upside here. Yeah, it is. So I think we're gonna get up here. And we'll see what happens, man. But again, I'm looking for, if there is a strong reversal here on AMC, I'm looking obviously for a cross up here, and we actually have to cross it good, and that would be inflicting the rest of the volume that is to come here after hours. So we'll see what's happening, but it does seem like we're getting that push. Okay, so let's rally a bit, all right? Because I don't know how you guys are feeling, but I'm feeling pumped. I'm feeling pumped. I want some elephants in the chat. Let's go. Elephants and rockets. Elephants and rockets. Setting up the headset for some good times. Some good ass times. Alright, so this is the wedge that we're currently in, right, that we broke out of. Now, the only reason I have this set up this way is because I want you guys to see, okay, see things from a different perspective, okay? So, you are looking at this as like a roller coaster, right? What do you think would happen now, right? You're like, we're at the bottom, we have to start coming back up, right? Well, then you get into your little arc pattern. This is a cup. And then that's what the roller coaster would look like, right? Okay? Right there. Indication. Let's go. Alright, let's fucking rally on the 1 minute. Show them what you got, Amy. This is intraday, right here, 8 o'clock, okay? So you guys aren't confused. This is 8:30. 8:30 to now. And this is what I'm looking at, right here. Alright, we gotta cross this guy. So we gotta do something like this, okay? Alright, and we gotta stick up here, and then we go up, okay? If they are gonna do that, it'll happen like this. Come on, Amy. Look. We went down. We went down to fucking like 13 bucks, man. Alright? And now we are trading at 1971. We almost doubled the price in like a week. Alright? Amy is... she's ballsy, bro. What other stock? Okay? Show them what you got, dude. Fucking awesome. There you go. There you go. I love that. Come on, dude. I'm giving you support. So is the chat. need this, guys. We need this right here. There you go. There you go. There you go. No. No. I'm gonna catch you. You ain't going nowhere, baby. Come on. Alright. I'll tell you what it is. Oh shit, okay, so what you're doing. No. How about that, huh? Is that better? I think that's pretty good. Show them what you got. Okay? New perspective? Okay, there you go. Amy, stop. Alright, we can't cross this, okay? Cannot cross that. And we want to cross that, so that's green. Alright, Spy's falling hard. Give me a sec. Okay, so let's go look at the hold up. Let's look at the charts. Guys, it's fine. Not a big deal. Okay? It's not a big deal. It's not gonna do shit to Amy. Alright, let's look at the charts. Let's look at the charts. Why does it keep moving this? Stop moving. No, too much. There you go. Perfect. Alright. Okay. Intraday, where you at? There it is. Did they all move? No, they didn't move. Okay, cool. So it is falling. Let's look at the cycle though, okay? Because again, look, this indicates that, guys, if we didn't get that push up now, we were going to come down no matter what, okay? The cycle is telling us that we come down. So again, this is part of the whole thing, and as long as we're not freaking crashing down, you know, to freaking like 15 or whatever, we're fine. We're good. And this comes down, and then it comes back up. So we're still tracking identical. It's not the end of the world. Really isn't. So I'm gonna go. Donut Hustle, thank you, man, for like this guy goes ham with like news and stuff. He like, and then also thank you for your insight, man, on the chat and stuff. I appreciate you. This guy is talking about the fib levels and how it's going there, and it is following that. So very smart guy, very smart guy. Appreciate you, brother. Okay. So what I'm looking at here is, let's look at some fib levels. Whoa, 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 whoa. Fib levels. All right, fib levels. So what we got so far, we got our low here of 1370-ish, okay? This is the moving average. And we got our high here. And this is going to be about a 2-week fib level retracement from the previous low here in a while, okay? In a while. So what are we looking like? So if we want to continue this uptrend, we look at fib levels, and what else do we look at? Well, we look at a possible pattern that a technical phase that could play out, right? And that is this cup and handle that we're looking at right now. So I never know where anything is anymore. You look at this here, okay? It's that right here. Okay, and things are playing out nicely. Now, according to this, I'm going to extend it all the way over here because it's very, very okay to do that, especially when you don't have any upside. Right here, it's just very, very dry. We push it all the way down and try and align these, okay? Align them together. Try and align resistance and support. Now, some of these can be extended, but here, this is a good way to try and understand the possibilities, right, in the short term. So here, what I'm looking at is obviously a little bit of downside. If we do play something out, I mean, it's possible that we come down here to like 1880-ish, okay? Come back down, test this area here, okay? So this is the point. I always have to go back and check myself. The point 23.6, obviously, so I don't say anything stupid. Point 23.6, and then from there, okay, be again like trading on this range that was previously held around this range. So it's okay to come back here and then bounce, okay? And this is likely to happen too, man. If we don't stick around this level up here, okay? If we don't hover around this level, it's likely to do that. But it's also likely that we just get a small push now and we don't cross this level down here. Okay, so this level would be the about $19. If we don't cross 19 and we do a sort of double bottom or maybe larger flag, larger pennant formation, then we can just go up, dude. We could just bounce right now and start going up, okay? And that would be ideal. That would be ideal. But it's also a possibility, okay? And looking at this range here. We are up for the day, guys. We are freaking up for the day. Okay, still. We're up 0.54% on the day. Let me put up the price here. I know somebody was asking earlier. Mikey, I think you were asking to put up the price, so I'll do that for you. I have to go back here and get that real quick. There we go. Put it on all these. Oh. And the reason I changed the setup, guys, was because I want you to be able to actually see the charts. Okay, that's the most important thing here, is to be able to see the charts. All right. Okay, let's see. Yo, what's up, Mr. Simon? How you doing, man? Okay, let's go back to intraday Amy. Okay. She's still looking fucking awesome, dude. She's still got that fuel. Okay. Resistance and support trend lines and speed lines. We're currently following this one here. We are respecting it. We did bounce. We haven't came down. This would be the next trend line here on support to the upside. Okay. But just by looking at this, and this is going to be up here around this range, 20, I'm going to say 22 on this. Okay. And all these are going to come up here. And then this is going home. And now we got ourselves a nice little setup here on these lines that we've been respecting. So this was a zone that we bounced off of. And the next zone would be around this level. And this, I'm telling you, man, fib levels is another way to do it. I'm going to do this. It would be coming down here, testing this right here, and then bouncing. Okay? Now, if we cross this, guys, at that point, actually, hold up. I'm going to move this down a bit right here. I like to do the moving average. There we go. See how we bounce off of these guys? Look, as we're creating these stairs, the setup here already knows where it's going to go, right? So it'll bounce off of the green, right? And then it'll come back up, bounce yellow. Then it'll stick around red and hit blue, okay? You can clearly see where these levels are being respected in the future, right? Because we didn't know what was happening back here. It's something you kind of have to project and assume. Sometimes you can even do that like this, man. Like, you can go back and sort of like predict the future by looking at just fib levels, right? Here, we can see that if I just had this zone laid out like this, we already have this being respected. We have pink being respected. We have yellow being respected. We even have red being respected as support and resistance back here. So this would be that like sort of like maybe $25-ish range. And this is a good way to get these price actions, guys. And for the future. This is how I was able to come up with a scenario on the previous run for June. It was specifically made with fib levels. Like, that run up that we had was specifically made with fib levels on the history that where we ran up in January, taking that and then making those fib levels, extended fib levels is what they're called. I'm pretty sure. Let's see, trend-based fib levels. Where is it? I'm pretty sure. No, is it trend-based? It might be trend-based. I don't know. I do it this way. It's a lot easier for me. But there's a way to do it. I think even on TD Ameritrade has a pretty nice tool that helps you do that. All right, we're coming back up. So let's look at that. Ooh, look at that. SPY reversal right here, man. Respecting. See how we're looking like here on the cup and handle? Literally, bro, respecting this cup and handle right now. Respecting the cup and handle. Nice. We'll keep on updating you guys on this every day, okay? It's going to be the blue pattern update every day, as well as this scenario here on the cup and handle. And right now, I think Amy wants to go up. So let's give her some love in the chat. How about that? She's respecting the zone. Expecting the little cup right here, baby. Hey. Go up, bitch. Let's go. I love you. Donuts. Donuts. Amy, come on, dude. Throw some donuts in the chat for Donut Hustle. Let's go. Hey. Hey, let's go, Amy. Come on. Respect the roller coaster. Come on, Amy. Alright, we need elephants in the chat, guys. It's been a minute. Make this guy an elephant here. There we go, little elephant ears. Oh, brown color. Elephant trunk backwards, and now it's respecting the tail. Yeah. Here it comes. Elephant trunks, elephant tails. Yo. Let's go, Amy. Very demented looking elephant for sure. Smash that like button. Yes, do it. Do it like you want to smash these hedge funds in the face with that elephant trunk. That was fun. Definitely not the freakiest though. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. Let's go into space here and just relax for a second. And I'm gonna bring this out here on the 15-minute, so we can see what's happening, okay? Alright, so this is Amy here on the 15-minute chart, okay? I know you guys can see that pretty well. So, again, this is that cup and handle here on the macro right here, man, okay? See? So, I'm thinking that if we come back to retrace, it'll be around that $1850 level before coming back up. Okay? We just have to stay in the zone. We must stay in the zone. And let's see how fib levels look on this. I don't want to trip you guys out too much, okay? I know, like, I have this 3D chart set up. I don't want to trip you guys out like crazy. Okay, yeah, that's definitely going to trip you guys out. Okay, let's go back to the main chart here. A possible rising wedge, okay? This is a rising wedge, and then it fell. Rising wedges are not bullish, they're bearish. So that's possible, just because we did just bounce off of of this level here. It didn't come back down and do a double bottom, okay? I'm gonna draw it here for you so you know what I'm talking about. Say something like that. I mean, it would be hard to tell. It could be a rising wedge, or it could be a flag too. If we do start bouncing back up and doing this sort of like sideways thing, it can also be just a flag too. Right now we're right here. I love to draw flags, man, because it'll let you know when you break out of resistance and support. Right, we're here right now. As long as we keep breaking up, keep drawing the line, right? It already broke out right here. That was the first flag. Technically we didn't. There we go. Yeah, we haven't broken out yet.
Jeg har ikke klokke på. Ingen steder jeg må gå. Jeg kjører høy fart med mopedbart.
That freaking French music, bro. Hey, love the French.
Og ferdig pakka nå.
Whoa, that's cool. The fuck? What up, Rhode Island? How you doing, my guy? We're looking good, man. We're tracking the algorithm. The cycle, right? Cycle. We are tracking. I was expecting a higher push to the upside, to be honest. We didn't quite get it, but that's okay. It's still, the direction was what we were looking for, that upside. And then the algorithm does have a breather around this 1030 mark to the bottom. So that's okay. I'm not too worried. I'm not worried at all, actually. What am I saying? I'm not worried at all, bro. Okay, SPY on the 1 minute. Did have a bearish cross here on the 30 minute. Let's look at the 1 hour. 1 hour is just chilling, man. 2 hour? Let's look at the daily. 4 hour. Nope. Daily? The daily ones tend to be freaking bad, bro. Like, you will have a cross, and then for days, it'll go down. Cross, look at how it goes up for like a month. I don't know, man, but at some point, we are going to get that cross here on the daily. I don't know when it's going to happen, but when it does, that is going to be the ultimate deciding factor, where the chances are actually, for this specifically, things end up playing, like, this is very predictable using this EMA cross tool that dorky guy, Review Dork, released and came up with. This thing is cool as fuck, dude. Alright, we are crossing this down. So what I want to see is we need to stay on this, guys. If we keep going down right here, then it is possible we will get that 1850, which again is fine. That's a good range to gain support before coming back up. following this one really well too. This scenario is a little bit different than the cup and handle. Both of them are, so one scenario is basically saying that earnings are going to exceed expectation, and in the past we have actually came down on earnings. So that might be a psychological game there, where if we do have good earnings, they might actually make this play out to the upside on earnings and take it up into this sort of pattern. And this is again correlated with option expiration dates. This would be the other scenario. The cup and handle one is a little bit different. It actually comes down here, so they short us on earnings, creating a handle, and that one would take us up. So they're a little bit different, but they all come down on the same date. So they're going to be early April-ish for that run if the scenario goes through, right? Just another scenario, guys, on that. But they all align very similarly on these resistance and support levels. That's where it would be, see? You got that guy right there, aligned, and then it would come up. Okay. Let's take the regression channel out, and let's look at the January cycle as well as the next cycle and see what we're doing. Okay, updates. This is Todd Terje. These are new age synthwave type of dudes. They sound very similar to Justice and that sort of realm. Daft Punk, stuff like that. I'll turn it down just a tad bit so I can talk about this real quick. So what are we doing here? We still let's track the times 4 January, or I'm sorry, this right here, multiply times 4 on the fractal. This would be a larger fractal converted into a pattern. Where is it though? There it is. Yeah, this one is also playing out very nicely. It had a little bit of upside today, which it did play out, and then the downside, right? Remember, these ratios play out differently, guys, on a micro, okay? So, and macro. We can't rely too much on the on the big moves. Okay, we got to be careful with that. They're all different. As long as you have a nice average happening, you can see there's a gap right here, a couple of gaps down here. It's never going to be perfect, but this scenario aligns with very, very well with what is this right here. See, it aligns very well with it, except right here I give up, because this is where we go into the projector pattern, and at that point we are basically not tracking this specific January cycle, because we are morphing into that newer cycle, which is the current one that we're currently in right here, right? This cycle, that is the green projector down here. So at that point we do our own thing. We go into another cycle. I know there's a lot happening. I'm sorry. It's just we gotta show you what the deal is here, man. I have a lot of things here laid out here. I'm trying to see like what these are. By the way, guys, we are following the neutral pattern like very well on the scenarios on Discord, guys. If you have joined it, I post weekly scenarios. I always post a neutral one, which is going to be basically what I think is going to happen. Neutral is always going to be the most fitting scenario for the week, and then you have a a little bit more extreme bullish and bearish scenario as well attached to that. So right now we are following that neutral pattern very, very closely, which is nice, And that link is down below, guys, if you do want to join that Discord. What's up? Kyo Kim, what's up, man? Good to see you, brother. I remember, I think I pronounced your name right again, but pretty sure you were that dude that asked me, like, or that said, oh, like, not a lot of people pronounce it right. I was like, bro, that was just, I didn't even mean to do that, man. I did not mean to do that. Native Gamer, will I be streaming when the Fed talks? I should be. I typically, so we typically take a break at some point within the stream, and we either come back or I have a video posted later in the day. It is Wednesday, so it's likely that that I will be posting a video later today. But the Fed talk isn't until 1, right? Or it's Fed minutes, I believe. I don't. Let me see what time, if there is a meeting today. Oh.
Hotel room, you and I locked in the gloom.
It's Fed minutes at 2:30 or 2. I think it's 2.
But I've got you here with me, friend, 'cause you
Yeah, man. So that level, lots G, the level that we would break, man, would be 1929. Would be that level, because that's the previous low of the day. Typically, when you do that, it's not that bullish, man. Something crazy would have to happen in that scenario.
I've gone and lost it again. But I've got you here with me, friend, 'cause you're here in my arms. Here in my arms. Here in my arms. Here in my arms.
See how the spies looking. Oh, are we going back up? Okay, so let's take this out. We are in our regression trend here on the downside. So I want to pull that up so you guys can see. It'll be right here. And this is falling very nicely as well. Okay, so as long as we break this right now to the upside, then we should start seeing movement, okay? And this is where, as long as we don't cross this level, guys, right here, at 1930, that is where I'm comfortable to come back up, okay? If we do come down, then I'm looking at 1850 to be that next range.
That's when I started to.
Oh, it's like going through me. Peace. We need to break out here, guys. It's a critical level right here. For the short term, okay? I don't mean that like in any form of like bearish way, like crazy bearish way or anything. Just we do need to break out right here in order to keep that level here around the $20-ish level. SPY's behaving really weird today. I don't know, man. If the SPY does come up here, okay, it's go time. Typically when we come low quickly and come back, I don't know, within this time frame here, if we come back here, man, it's a bullish thing. This almost looks like the current state we're in here on the macro too. Like this entire thing looks like this tiny thing, right? Doesn't it? It's like it hasn't decided yet. It's so funny. This entire thing. Where's it? You know what I mean? It's so funny. Bruh. I'll candle lick Amy when she starts to skyrocket, okay? Give her that tongue action. Alright, SPY's wanting to come back up. See that pressure. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. Let me give YouTube a little breather before it starts to scream at me. Yes, I promise. I promise. For you, I will. I promise. You can clip it if you want and make it into a GIF. I don't care. All right. Pinky swear, I pinky swear. Pinky swear. If we start to run, I will do it. For you, baby. Don't be scared, baby. Eric, Daddy's got you in his hands. Daddy Amy. Amy. He's got you covered. I watched Lou yesterday, Lou's video. He had a Lou in Spanish. Man, dude, he sounds so different in like not in the way like his personality sort of shifts a little bit when he speaks in Spanish. And I could tell it's like different, just a different vibe, different energy. Almost like I kind of respect that almost a little bit. He's a little bit goofy on the English side, but on the Spanish side, he's like very serious. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, dude, I kind of like this. He's like, Lou. He's like very, very serious. But I mean, I like goofy Lou too, man. You can't hate on Lou. He's funny. He's funny. He's a hype man for sure, but he's funny. Yeah, exactly. Not as vulgar. My okay. All right, guys. I'm gonna open up the Discord for voice channel. If you guys want to, I'm gonna do it for like 30 minutes. If you guys want to go in on the voice channel and talk and ask questions, you are more than welcome to do so. I am gonna open it. As soon as somebody gets in there, right now in the voice channel section, I'm going to join it, and you can come in and ask questions on that. So there's a link down below if you want to join the Discord and ask away, man. I said I was going to do that periodically at some point, so you guys can come in. Right now we're just chilling, so if you have any questions that you want me to or if you want to talk about something, you don't even have to ask a question. You just fucking talk about something relating to AMC's cycle, the 62-day cycle, as well as other things that correlate with it, right? We want to keep this very open-minded for sure, but related to AMC, right? We want to relate to AMC and to try and crack this shit, figure it out, okay? So I'll leave it open. If anybody joins, I'll open the thing here. I'll keep it updated. Yeah, it's totally different way, man, for sure. Totally. I mean, I speak Spanish, so I definitely felt that, like, hardcore. Felt it, man. I was like, Lou, baby. ¿Qué pasó, mijo? ¿Cómo está? How many days does the blue pattern last? Blue pattern lasts 8 days, man. 8 days. 8 full days. 8 days on a bars pattern. 96 bars on the hour chart. So let's go to the hour chart. One, two, three, four, 5, 6. I'm sorry, hold up. It's 8 days, like, including. It's 6 days, but it's 8 days including, like, weekends, if that makes sense. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right here, and it ends right here. That's the blue pattern. So it's 8 days. It's not till the 21st, by the way. It's till the 18th. So it's from the 11th through the 18th, and that's because we stop at 3 o'clock always. And that is 96 bars on the hour chart, and then we that's basically the end of it, because this is, again, the middle of the month is typically when they do all this craziness, that is heavy dark pool volume, and yeah, man. Yeah, man. All right, we're still following this regression trend. Haven't broken out yet, so I don't know what they got in store here for Amy. We did have a green cross. Well, that's the 1 minute. Go back here on the 30. He might come back, man. I don't know. This looks a little weird here. Just trying to figure out this fucking almost wedge type of deal. This would be a rising wedge is the thing. And rising wedges are not bullish. This be considered a rising wedge, right? Because we got downward pressure, and then we trade on the zone. And this would be a bearish pattern here, okay? On a technical perspective, it would be a bearish one. However, it's likely that this is also, it could be something else, right? It could be a double bottom if we come back down quickly and do something like that, right? That would be a bullish bet. It can also be, yeah, I think those are the only two it could really be, because unless we just, like, fucking broke out, like, right here like that, but that would be a weird ass, like, scenario. That'd be very weird. What the heck, dude? Who's that? Alright, I got the mods. Okay. What is that? Weird. Yeah, I do need more mods. I do need more mods. That's funny. Yeah, sexy shills in the chat is what's happening, right? Trying to... You want a mod cam? I trust you, man. You've been in this for a little bit. I appreciate your support. I got you, brother. Thanks, dude. Thank you. All right, we are breaking out of this. Okay. We are breaking out. And right now, what is looking like a possible scenario is coming near this range up here, okay? On a fib level, range would be around possibly this area right here, $20 back to 20 is possible. So let's do this. Let's rally because I'm pumped. I think this is a possible range. Be around that $20 level right here. Alright, possible scenario here on the short term. Okay. Might be too skewed, hold up. Might be a little quicker actually. What time is it? 12:24. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Either this or a double bottom, yeah. Double bottom is possible too. If we break the double bottom, however, then that $1850 level is also a possibility. It's also possible. What's it gonna be? Come on, Amy. There you go. There you go. Diamondback Gorilla, yeah man, I'm with you, I think when the time comes, it's going to be a crazy experience for everybody. Hopefully life-changing experience. Slow and steady wins the race, man, as, who said yesterday? I think that was Freeze that said that. It's very true. It's very true. Alright, let's chill out here for a second. Amy is... Let's wait for her to start coming up. Let's chill somewhere here. We'll chill in space in 3D. How about that? We'll chill in space in 3D. You guys like 3D chart, or is it too weird? I'm just trying to, like, perspective, you know? Like, I'm trying to mess around with the perspective. I don't know if it's too trippy or if it's hard to understand. I like it. But just want to get everybody's opinion, I guess. Gives a different, I don't know, different perspective on how stocks are behaving. You know? You can read it? Good, man, good. It's like a little roller coaster, you know? Up, down. Right? Like you're riding a little roller coaster. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. A little blurry. I'll have to work on that then. I'll have to work on the blurriness. I know that the thing is, man, like if I turn this into a line graph, you're probably going to be able to see it a little bit better. The only problem is intraday, I like to use candles because obviously it gives you a better picture of what's happening right now. Like if you see a red or a green candle. But I don't know, let me change the line real quick. Yeah, see, line graphs give, like, I think they're, I mean, I don't know, actually. I think, I don't know, man. I think line graphs would do a good job, but I think something about candles. I don't know, let's see. Area? How's the area? No, area doesn't do anything. Bars? No. Hollow candles. I like the candles. I got a certain color baseline. And no, I hate that. That one's pretty cool. That one's actually really cool. Now, the thing about this, well, I don't even know how to pronounce it. I used to use it a lot, but it's Hikinashi, maybe that's how you say it. I don't know. This is really cool because it basically just it averages out the green candles and red candles into one, basically. Gives you the overall average, which is nice to look at, but at the same time, it's sometimes you get a green candle and it shows up red on this chart. So this would be good for like the overall, like I guess the overall moving average of candles, I guess, or the average of candles, if that makes sense. This is cool though. It's like a roller coaster respecting these lines, and now it wants to bounce on this line down here. Yeah, everything's calm before the Fed, of course, the Fed meeting. These are Heiken candles, but I'll put back the normal ones. These are the regular candles. See, the regular candles are harder to read, right? Because they don't give you the overall average. But the other ones, Heiken, they're a lot easier to read, especially on the macro. I think if anything, I would use this on the macro to try and explain what's happening with the price of AMI. Because this is cool, man. Like, I think just looking at this, it definitely, for me at least, it gives a better picture of what's happening with AMC. This is AMI right here. You can tell, like, it's a roller coaster. It really is. You got your, riding the roller coaster. You get this, like, whoa, boo, oh, we come down. And as you're coming down on the roller coaster, well, it's about time we come back up, right? Like, that would make sense. Even this is pointing towards the right direction here on the macro, okay? Like, you can see it from this perspective. It shows, right? Very nice push to the upside. Just, I mean, look at this. Look at this chart here on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour, and it looks so freaking bullish. This is the daily right here, okay? The daily chart here on AMI. Even the daily chart looks so nice. Wow, look at that. So nice, so beautiful. AMI, you are beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. That's so cool. Respect. This is the entire AMC chart here from December 2013 all the way to March of 2022. So this is about 10 years of AMI, okay? Here on 3D. Flying for you. Let's do the 2 hour. Still gives you a nice picture, but you can see, man, the tables are turning. It's like these little, we have little elephant trunks happening here in the chat. On the chart right here, little elephant trunks, right? So, I don't know. Got this nice little cushion. It's ready to play out to the upside, in my opinion. In my opinion. It does. It does look like it's going to explode at some point. That's why I'm very big on this whole thing of waiting for this level up here, guys, because once we do get there, man, it's going to be really hard for these institutions to control that FOMO. So that's why I think it's more realistic to do something like that, rather than just spiking up. I think spiking up is too, it's too reminiscent of the past, if that makes sense. I don't think things necessarily repeat in that way, depending, especially on the setup and the movement that we're currently in. I think it's a completely different time. It's a completely different, like, everything is different, guys. So it doesn't align with options either. Like, options are huge on this. They're huge. So that's why I think that this one's going to be more of a cup and handle more than anything. Okay, before we start coming back up, and it'll look something like that rather than a spike up. Okay. I think it looks better here with the brush. Yeah, something like that. Do I think the Fed talk will bring us down too? It's possible that it does, man. But on the bigger picture, though, I don't think it's something that I'm worried about, because I think it's all orchestrated and planned beforehand, for sure. So I'm personally not worried about that. I'm not worried about the Fed meeting. That's so cool. That looks so nice. So pretty. Satisfying to look at. I don't know. This is also the other chart here. Take out these text, though, because they're kind of like goofy looking. All right, this is the it's another perspective here. This is the cup and handle that we were talking about earlier today. Just kind of gives you another perspective too on this wedge and then the cup that we're dealing with. So yeah, just something to look at, guys. I don't know if you guys enjoy this or not, but it's I personally I appreciate looking at things this way. It just it makes me really look at Amy from a different just a different view, man, on the price action that's happening. And I don't know, it's the whole traditional, looking at TD in one perspective, 2D. It's kind of boring. Kind of like 3D, man. 3D a little bit better. We need some 3D charts. We need people to get on that. All right, let's go back to regular candles and see what's happening intraday. John Peters, yeah, man. Hell yeah. Now I'm gonna add wicks just real quick because I played around with it yesterday, but it looked very bad. So I just want to see what it looks like right now. Maybe it's changed. I don't know. Hell no. Wicks are gone. I don't like wicks. Yeah, it's very much teasing us down here. You're right, Lots. You are right. It's like doesn't want to decide whether it's going to come down to this area or if it's going to bounce. It's going to be, baby. What's it going to be? This is a trading view, man. It's trading view. Good old trading view. I have it set up in a way in which these all come in together on OBS, and they look this way. I use a lot of filters and stuff. It's not just like one thing, dude. Like I have things overlaid on top of each other to look like this. It's a big ol' I took my time doing this for sure. For you guys, for you, because I fucking love you. All right, let's go back and look at the cycle. All right, real quick though, I do want to show you guys what the cycle looks like on this because it's actually pretty cool too. That's currently where we're at. And if I remove this, take away this, and bring the cycle, there it is. It's a cycle. Hey, what's up, dude? Hi. Oh yeah, you can also bring these other flag formations here on the June, and these were ones that I made before. The larger these back here, I made these before. They look a little different. All right, anyways, let's go back to not that. But let's go back to main so that you guys can see now. Oh, Tony, my guy, yes, we are. Schwain, what's up, dude? How you doing? We are gonna party, man. We're gonna party it up. Why? Because I'll set something up, man, where we party it up. I'll make sure it's a party stuff up in here. Boss Blunts? Who's that? Where did he predict that, though? Did he predict that? Because he was saying that we were going to moon today. I just looked him up on Twitter. I got the name wrong. He's called, what, the Butcher of Wall Street? Butcher. God, I didn't even see that. Butcher. The Butcher of Wall Street. Jesus. I'm tripping right now, man. Yeah. Boss Blunts. I thought he said we were moon, like, gonna moon or something today. I don't think we're going to $10. I think that's baloney. Oh, okay. If he said that 2 weeks ago, well, yeah, obviously yeah, no. Yesterday he was very bullish. He commented on something that I got tagged in, which again I respect these guys, doing their DD and stuff. But I set myself apart from the from anything that's overly hyped with that doesn't align with my conviction on the technicals and stuff. But I respect everybody's view, man, on things like this. It's just that's just not something that I like to be a part of because it creates a responsibility for people's losses on money. So I like to keep it more realistic, in my opinion. That's why yesterday I had said the whole thing about it's possible that we go to 23 because we do have the blue pattern pointing to the upside, and in the past it has shown to follow that direction. So that would be a good range for it to hit. But even though that didn't happen, we still came up. Oh, he said it live on TMI stream. Is that what just happened? Interesting. Well, I don't think that's gonna happen personally. I have, again, my conviction on what I think is going to happen with Amy, and everybody's entitled to their own, man, for sure. But I personally don't think we are going to go down. If we look, I'm gonna give you guys a scenario on how that would happen if it did. But because anything is possible in the market, anything is possible with Amy too. Okay. However, we've been on this trend here for a little while now. If we start coming up to create this handle, man, it's possible that we just bounce back very shortly. But I'm gonna give you that scenario anyways because I was just talking about it earlier today, and how I said I didn't think it was going to happen, but I'm still gonna bring it up to you. Okay, but we on this regression trend that we're in. Okay, the only way that would happen is right now we are following this identical, which is this inverse, right? So the only way that would be true is if we continue to follow this, right? And we come up here on this range and we start coming down. And then we test, right? We start to test these levels of on the regression, which would be around early March. That would be the only way I could see us going to $10 and then bouncing, is if we did something like this. The only problem with this is, again, like it does correlate with what's happening here on this trend, this IQ trend, right, that we were talking about. But it doesn't, that nothing else indicates that we are in following this direction. The cycle indicates upside. The levels, the option expiration dates, all this stuff is indicating more upside in the short term. But anything can happen, man. I don't know why people think there's going to be a market crash right now. I still think that we have more room to run. I think the only problem, guys, is that there's a community that believes, okay, that fundamentals play a big role. News catalysts, anything going on in the markets play a big role in what's happening with AMC and drive the price that way, right? There's that community. There's different sectors in this community. I think I would set myself in a sector, in a very skeptical one, because when we talk algorithms and cycles and stuff, if things are planned ahead of time to play out specifically on certain dates, then there is a manipulation happening on that stock. There's an algorithm on that stock. There's an algorithm on the market that is orchestrated to play out in its specific direction on each time frame that we hit, right? So the blue pattern, for example, is something that we see every 2 months, and we track it very, very nicely, like to a T. So that, like, I just happen to believe that when things are released, they're released very specific according to what these institutions want, because institutions have all the money, man, to pay out these outlets and stuff to release news, and the outlets don't even have to know about what's happening. They just take the money and basically talk about that specific subject. The higher institutions or composite person, right, is doing it in a way that it's gaslighting either like the news, the media as well, because sometimes the media won't even know what's happening. They just freaking talk about something because they are told to. And that's the whole thing, guys, is like why I don't really pay attention to fundamentals as much. And you don't really see me talking about that in this channel. It's because I just don't care, honestly. I don't. I think that in the end, what we're doing right now is following a cycle that's being manipulated, and things are happening according to the movements that we are seeing, that are being replicated through what is this cycle. So that's why, to me, it's really hard to focus on like major stuff. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't believe that a certain catalyst coming up won't affect the price of AMC. It just means that the everyday stuff that happens on the markets, I don't believe that is going to really affect the cycle of AMC. I think that at some point they use it, right, to play against the technicals that are currently happening. And I say that over and over and over again, where once the technicals are ready and they have that right catalyst that does play out, they will use that against the system, right, to either play it out or not play it out. So earnings, or outstanding share catalyst, or some hedge fund just went down, stuff like that. At some point, it will happen to the upside at some point. But most of the time, man, things don't really affect the price of AMC. They just don't. So that's why I don't believe that something like that would really bring the price down to those levels, right? But we'll see, man. We'll see. All right, we got Fed minutes coming up in 10 minutes, right? At 11, and we'll see what happens here with the market, because typically it tends to react to it. A little volatile, man, for sure. Cool. It might in the short term make or break the market. In the short term, it'll be very quick. I'm gonna look at the SPY on this one, guys, because that's what is going to react to it, and then we will come back to Amy. But when that is released, we are going to do that. We broke. Okay. We broke the channel up. Take this thing out so that people coming in don't react to it or anything. Like, whoa, what is that? Yeah, we are currently breaking to the upside. Let's look at the SPY real quick, see what it's doing. Ooh, there's a big candle here. Big green candle. We haven't broke this one yet, though. This one's important for sure. Amy is going up, though. Wow, she's going up a lot, too. Hey, get it, baby. Get it. We'll let her breathe here for a sec. I know she's trying to get up there, but I want to make sure that she gets fully up there. Nice, nice, nice. Let me see if I could bring it up. I don't know if anybody's covering the Fed minutes, but I might be able to bring it up on stream.
Still ahead, the national price for a gallon of gasoline is now sitting at $3.51. Washington is taking.
Sorry about that, guys.
Who is leading the charge and what they want to do now may surprise you. That's next.
I love overpriced stuff. Avocados, designer t-shirts, artisanal water.
Of course, ads, of course.
Paying more for the same stuff. What could be better?
Wow is better. For just $19.99 a month, we give you the super fast, extra reliable internet you need. Act now before this deal is gone. Internet 100 for just $19.99 a month. Plus, learn how to get up to $300 on us. Sign up at Huawei.com.
Wow.
Limited to new customers with auto pay.
No, it's not. Bruh, come on. Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry about that. I did not mean to do that.
Well, now I'm hungry. I'm heading to Zaxby's.
It's all about results.
Okay. By the way, the price of AMC is still going to be up there, even though I'm looking at other charts. Like, this is the SPY right now. Hope you guys can see that too. SPY. 4 minutes till. They sometimes, I don't know, sometimes they do release it a little bit early. I feel like some people get access to it like earlier.
Finally, a bed that senses snoring and automatically responds. Meet the Ergo Smart Base from Tempur-Pedic, our first system that detects snoring, then automatically adjusts by raising the bed. Get your best sleep all night, every night. For a limited time, Save up to $500 on select adjustable mattress sets and experience the deep, undisturbed sleep of Tempur-Pedic. Get full offer details at TempurPedic.com.
Geico presents
3
motorcycle
minutes.
songs. If you hear this, and within 15 seconds you already know that it's a 6-speed cruiser with a wheelbase of 120 inches, a V-twin 2-cylinder engine with a max torque of 110 foot-pounds, a bright yellow body, black upholstery, chromed out wheels, a nice clean fairing, and a big dresser in the back ready to tour. Well, then you motorcycle. So you probably know that Geico
He has the channel, the spy, Fractal relate on top.
save even more when you bundle.
I'm very skeptical about that, man. I don't like to use specific fractal movements on on something like that, man. It's really, first of all, that's way too predictable to bring back the '08 crash. I don't think that would happen. I'm being realistic here, man. Take all that, guys, with a grain of salt too. On both parties, man, on me and whoever else is releasing that, but I personally don't think we would play something out like that, the '08 crash, at all. I think it would look completely different on a fractal level, man, too.
Until 2023, daring Republicans to quash that tax cut. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell is not on board, though, echoing concerns raised by a former Treasury Secretary saying, quote, Larry Summers had it right. He said it was a goofy gimmick. Now, the White House is declining to say how seriously any of these options are being weighed, only that no final decisions have been made. And a Democratic source tells me just moments ago, a big aspect of this, Kelly, is just messaging.
So if this isn't going anywhere, what other options might they explore at this point?
Yeah, and that's the whole thing with that, man. Again, I'm not, no hate to anybody doing DD or anything, but you cannot just, one thing I keep hearing over and over again is we can just shift the fractal just a little bit and it's done. That is not true. That is not true at all, and that's very misleading. So you can't just take the fractal and keep stretching it. It's like I would personally love to hear the reasoning behind that. I would love to hear why you think fractals work that way. Patterns don't work that way. You need to calculate them, and if they play out, they play out, and if they don't, then you have to figure out the next fractal. You can't just keep stretching it a little bit over and expecting it to play out, man. That's not how it works. It's misleading, man. It is what it is. And I just people need to understand, man. Like, again, I'm not trying to shade anybody or anything. It's just I don't like spreading misinformation, dude. I'm telling you, I've been there before. I've listened to people on YouTube, and I've lost a lot of money doing that, unfortunately. So I just don't like to give out misinformation like that, man. I like to take my time when I do stuff like that. AMC is going up like crazy. Yo. Okay, and the SPY is going up too. Rippy rip. I wonder if the minutes were good.
Kelly, thank you very much. And breaking this hour, the Fed minutes, details from the central bank's last meeting are being released at this hour. Investors will be looking for clues on the size of a potential rate hike in March. Also about its shrinking balance sheet and other ways the Fed plans to fight the hottest inflation in 40 years. A big hour ahead, Kelly.
All right. Hi, Tyler.
Wow.
Hi, everybody. Let's get a quick check on the markets. Here's where we stand as we await the Fed
Wow.
headlines. Dow's down 232, so we're about 150 points
Look at
off
that,
session
man.
lows. S&P down 24. NASDAQ down 136. Let's check on that
Wow.
10-year yield as well. See where that's standing. The latest is about 2.063%.
Hey,
so we might
watch
already
out
be
for
getting
this
some
though.
movement
Okay,
there.
this could
Alrighty,
be
let's get right
a
to our Fed
bull
panel of
trap.
experts. Tiffany
Okay, just
Wilding is
be
PIMCO's
careful, guys,
chief
if you
US
are
economist,
trading
and
SPY
Greg
or anything,
DeMarzo
not
is
financial
portfolio
advice.
manager with Rockland Trust. Mike Santoli with us, as is Rick Santelli.
Got to
who
give
will
it a
help bring
couple
us the
minutes for
headlines
people to
as they
actually get in
cross.
and read the
And,
minutes.
Steve Leisman will be joining
It's a
us
big,
in
big
just
paper.
a few moments.
Big
Let
file.
me go to you, Rick, if I might. What are you looking for out of these minutes?
Well, it gets a little bit tough, Tyler, because in a way, the January 25th, 26th meeting and the minutes therein might be considered a bit old, because since then, we've had a big jobs report. We've had updates on both inflation numbers, CPI and PPI. Both of those were hot. Every release actually has had any price.
See, AMC's coming down now with that.
On the hot side, and especially
It's a
February
bull,
4th.
that was a
on
bull
that
trap
jobs
right
day.
there on the
We had
short term.
467,000 jobs. He had 709,000 just in revisions. So that one-day pop
And
in
the
jobs,
SPY
just
too.
that one
Bull
day,
trap.
you added almost 1.2 million jobs. This could change some of the dynamics associated with what they were discussing.
This is the
at
stickiest
January
thing, guys,
25th,
because it'll
26th
turn
meeting.
into a
But
bull
here's
trap
three
and
things
then a
I'm
bear
looking for
trap very
quickly.
quickly too.
Update on inflation,
Like, I'm
an
telling you, the
update
SPY
on the $9
behaves
trillion
very
balance
weird
sheet. That's what
when
everybody
stuff
I
like this
talk to
comes
wants
out.
to know.
So
When is
sometimes
that
it comes
gonna
down
run
very
off? When are you gonna
quickly,
stop
and then it
buying?
starts to
And of
freaking
course,
skyrocket
the
again.
hikes, are they going to begin in this next meeting in just a few weeks? Most people would say yes. I still haven't seen any of the headlines coming across, but as I do, I certainly will shout them out.
Yeah, jump right in when you do get them. Greg, let me turn to you. There's been a tremendous amount of heavy breathing about when and how much interest rates will rise. Has it been overdone by us in the media?
I think possibly. If you look at the number of hikes we're
Significant
expecting-
balance sheet cuts are likely appropriate is the few headlines I'm seeing come out. So the first basic headlines of most of the wire services have to do with the balance sheet, and that completely correlates with everybody's question marks. $9 trillion and that quantitative tightening, of course, is something that could really start to bite. And those minutes did discuss that. I don't know that you're going to see many discussions regarding the half-point hike, which came much later. I will let you continue. Here we see another one. Fed considering moving window to start balance sheet runoff, and that is the second
Look at that,
issue.
up.
It's all about the timeline.
Look at that,
There
upper.
you got
Now we're
little
going
bit of
up.
color.
See?
The first
I'm telling you, man.
crash is, Greg.
Most
Let me
volatile
let
fucking
you,
thing in the
continue
world.
with your answer.
Right here. Bull
I was
trap,
only
bear
gonna say,
trap,
if
bull trap. Like,
if
you just.
look at the number of hikes that are expected, I think everybody wants the Fed to get off of zero. But I think when Powell talked back in December, it was a matter of wanting to do the balance sheet and the hikes maybe a little bit separately. I think to some of Rick's points, I don't know that they're going to be allowed that time period to be able to do them separately. So I think everybody wants them to get off zero. But as the spring goes on and comps get more difficult, I think they want to watch the data. So I think the market kind of trying to price in 5-6 hikes might be ahead of itself.
Comps get more difficult. What you're talking about? Economic comps or corporate comps or what?
Both, actually. If you look at the S&P earnings rate, it's declining heavily going year to year. Obviously, last year was the bounce off of the pandemic low. And similar for CPI and PPI. Obviously, the numbers are very hot right now. And I think we knew that the December, January, February numbers for each were going to be very hot. As we look at March and April, the comparisons to last year get more difficult. We will see a deceleration. Now, we could still be way above the Fed's 2% target. But as the comps get more difficult, they might get a little bit of a grace period.
Tiffany, you say you expect 5 rate hikes this year, with, I guess, only a late July meeting being the one where they might pause. What are the odds that any of those rate hikes are 50 basis points or 0.5%?
Well, I think the Fed really wants to keep their options open here. Having said that, I do think their preference would be to hike sequentially at every meeting at a 25 basis point pace. Nevertheless, I think we have to keep our minds open to this idea that you could get a 50 basis point rate hike. I think just in terms of data flow going into the March meeting, we have that.
Yeah, the market doesn't really know how to react to this just yet, man.
Blackout period of Fed communication. So it's certainly possible that markets could see that report, price in with near certainty a 50 basis point rate hike, and then I think it's difficult for the Fed not to deliver it. So while we think that the most likely scenario is probably still sequential, 25 basis points per meeting over the next several meetings, we wouldn't rule out that 50 basis point rate hike at this point.
Mike Santoli, what do you think the market wants here?
Well, first of all, the market always wants clarity. The market wants the answers before the test is over. I think, and that sort of
No,
shows
man.
you a
So
little
far,
bit of this
so far
modest
things look
reaction we got
bullish
here,
to
that
me.
There was no incremental adverse surprise in these minutes relative to what we've heard over the last 3 weeks since the meeting. You know, as Rick was saying,
I'm thinking neutral right now, but I'm thinking like we go up. In my opinion, I see like nothing here is bearish. Everything that I'm reading right now.
A couple of members, it said in the minutes, who didn't think we were at full employment. Maybe that changed with the last jobs report.
And that, guys, again, expected. You get people.
Some steering
okay.
Whether there's going to be a half point to start in March. Maybe we'll get that over the next few weeks. Right now, I think the market figures it's going to be a front-loaded tightening campaign. There was some commentary in the minutes that it'll go faster than the 2015 tightening cycle. Well, nobody thinks that's not the case. Because there was one hike and then they waited 3 quarters and then went one hike per quarter. So I do see also the fact that the stock market's up, let's say 4% since the January 24th lows, even as we've repriced for more hikes, maybe tells you that there's some equilibrium we might be approaching here.
And Steve, do you have more details on those points for us?
You know, I'll give you a couple headlines here, and then I'll tell you why I think.
I did, didn't I? Whoops, I'm sorry. Okay, it's over. Yo, you can't hear me? What? How can you not hear me? You should be able to hear me. Okay, there goes the SPY. It's probably going to keep going up, honestly, as expected. Okay, it's probably going to keep going up. Prepare for some nastiness. It's 1 o'clock. The SPY. Probably going to react very well to it. Yeah, I mean, look at that cross, bro. This thing is, I don't think it's going to stop. I don't think it's going to stop. Unless there's something else that we're missing out. Obviously, you got to give it a couple minutes. You got to give it at least 30, in my opinion, to see what the market overall reaction to this. But if we start just flying through and we get big candles, I don't know, man. It's very likely that we will turn very bullish. AMC is looking nice, too. See what we're looking like here on the 30-minute. We're about to basically cross another EMA cross here. And then we're headed towards the right direction here as well. Is it low right now, man? Is my volume low? I gotta mess around with the threshold for sure. I feel like it's high right now, like really high. On my end, I could see here on OBS, it's really high. Okay, well, now that we got that out of the way, guys, it's just waiting to see how the market is going to react to it. But right now, it's kind of neutral, to be honest. It's kind of neutral. Gonna have to wait for a little bit more to come in. But now that that's out of the way, for sure, we are going to take just a little break here. If I do come back, it might be closer to the end of the market, if not after hours, and we might just talk about the blue pattern after that. So stay updated for that, and I'll keep you guys updated as well on the Discord, okay? So, again, it's on the link below if you guys haven't joined that. So thank you guys for being here for a couple hours, and I will see you shortly, all right? Take a nice little break. Go eat some lunch. Go walk your dog. Go love your family. All right? Love you. Bye-bye.